qui allo stand Deep Silver per parlare un pochino di Risen 2, questo nuovo appunto RPG che arriverà su console oltre che su PC. Adesso faremo qualche domanda per capire meglio cosa possiamo aspettarci dal gioco. So hi, looking back at the first Risen, what didn't work with the game and what was very successful?
I think what was very successful about Risen 1 was the whole environment design and authentic RPG experience, the deep gameplay experience in the game. What wasn't really successful in Risen 1 was first, there was no really deep emotional attachment to the characters. So even lead story characters dropped into the game, you made some quests for them and then they dropped out again. And another thing which obviously wasn't really on par with the latest technology was the visual representation of Risen 1. So Piranha Bytes can do very much better than Risen 1, and we're going to prove that in Risen 2.
Yeah, and the main big aspect that differentiated the first and the second game is the setting. Why have you chosen to change the setting?
Actually, the setting change was necessary because we felt that we needed to breathe some fresh air into the action RPG market, and also it was very easy to snap the pirate setting into the Risen universe, because pirates have already been a part of the Risen universe. Like Patty, for example, a barkeeper, she was and still is the daughter of Steelbeard, one of the mightiest pirates of the Southern Seas. And even in the Gothic series before, Piranha Bytes has used the pirate theme, like in the Gothic 2 add-on Night of the Raven. So it's a very known territory to developer. It shows their strength in terms of dialogue writing, in terms of creating a dark and gritty and realistic world, and that's why pirates are a perfect fit.
Yeah, I think that with this change of setting, Risen 2 appears at first sight very similar to the Fable series, just at first sight. Is something you thought about? Perhaps it's something that you are happy with?
Actually, I think it's always in the eye of the beholder to compare to. You know, we get a lot of comparison between Fable, and of course also there is a lot of talk about the pirate setting, which might be inspired by a specific movie out there. But all I can say is, you know, when you are working with creative people in a room, you can come up with very similar ideas. So I think the pirate setting is still very, very original. And although Fable tries to do many things we are doing, I think Risen is offering a much deeper RPG experience than the Fable series.
Yeah. I've seen during the presentation today, you mentioned the companion system. Could you explain more the connection between the ship system and the companion system?
Mm-hmm. So what we can reveal on E3 is that you're having your own ship. So the story arc of Risen 2 is from Inquisition underdog who gets kicked out of the Inquisition because of bad behavior, who is progressing to a pirate captain. Every pirate captain obviously needs his own ship. So and on this ship is a ship crew. And this crew is not only there for emotional attachment, but also they are companions. You can take them with you on shore leave. So actually you will be able to pass your adventures with them, and they will react on what you're doing. They will try to give you tips on how to progress in the game. They will also interfere in dialogues. So there are many new cool things people expect from Risen 2. And by the way, I think it's also going back a little bit to the Gothic series, because as you might remember, in the Gothic series everyone talks about Lester, Milton, Gorn and all the very memorable characters, and they are memorable because they always appeared in the game, and we want to try to do the same with Risen 2 with the ship crew.
Yes, the first Risen was very criticized for the Xbox 360 porting adaptation. Is this something you considered for the sequel? Do you think you will work better with the console version?
Absolutely, yes. We are aiming now for simultaneous release on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC, and in contrast to Risen 1 we started with parallel development right from the beginning. Risen 1 was never intended to be a console title right from the beginning. Very late on in the process we decided to make a Xbox version, and for Risen 2 this changed dramatically, and this is also the reason why we already now the code is now looking better on consoles for Risen 2 than the final product in Risen 1.
Yes, and there will be any differences between PC and console version other than the graphical aspect?
Not really. The controls will be different, obviously, but apart from that, the game will be the same. So there is no modification going on or simplification going on for console players or PC players, vice versa. So
yes. So do you think that the console audience don't need any simplification for the gameplay to reach better the gameplay, to play better the game?
Not the core audience, I would say. So I think you have to differentiate on the console side between the casual players and the core players. And the type of game we are developing with Risen 2 and Piranha Bytes is creating is not really tailored for casual audience, you know. So Risen 2 is a game for engaged gamers who are ready to invest a lot of time into the game, and if you follow that principle, for example, then you don't need to simplify it for console players, because I'm a big believer that there are also console players who really want to play a deep, emotional RPG.
So when the game will be out?
Risen 2 is going to be shipped in beginning of 2012, first half of 2012.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much too.